It is Monday the 23rd of January and I'll bring you along, see if I can bring you along for what we get done this week. I badly need to get this row, and the end of that row up there is all my lisianthus, and I badly need to get them weeded. I've started on this side here already. So yeah, that's the start. That's the first job for the start of this week. Okay, so it is Monday afternoon and I usually do stuff at the house in the middle of the day because my son has a sleep and the garden is too far away for me to go and do that. But yesterday I planted about between 1100 and 1200 stock, 4 different colours in the iron series. These seeds are originally from High Sun, and today I'm going to plant into the 4 different colours of the giant column. One's from RP Seeds, but I'm going to plant these ones into the 128 cells, whereas the ones I did yesterday I planted into the 288 cell trays, so there'll be a few less of these. So stock need light to germinate, so I just put them on top of the soil and then put a fine layer of cocoa peat on. It just helps keep the seeds moist but still allows enough light through for them to germinate. Oh, well, I found this the best way of doing it, otherwise they just dry out way too easily. You don't want too much, just enough to sort of so it holds that moisture on the top. So this here, I soaked them in water after putting the cocoa peat on. I've got water in these trays. These trays, they don't sit right down in, they sit on the edge, so you've got to fill the bottom tray up like 3/4 full. This is my grow light set up here, and then the ones I planted yesterday. So I like to have them in these because that helps with the moisture as well. Oh, not focusing. Helps with moisture. But I've only got a couple of these containers. Just as long as I stay on top of water and them, soaking them in a tray of water every day, they should be right. Okay, so I've just planted the last tray of the giant column stock, and now they're under the grow lights. I've just set them in the water, but I'm doing a bit of an experiment with this tray. I have soaked so there's 16 rows here, and I've soaked half of the seeds in hydrogen peroxide diluted in water, because it's meant to make for a better and faster germination. So I'm doing a bit of an experiment with that and just seeing if this half of the tray comes up faster than this half, and if it was worth it. If it doesn't make any difference, then I definitely won't be doing it, because planting them was tedious, to say the least. Okay, so these two here are 2 of the iron series, the other 2 iron series here, and then the other 3 trays of the giant column. Now I'm hoping this one hasn't been affected too much. We've got a massive storm this afternoon, and the doorway here, the rain was coming in on this direction, and I can see it has moved things around in this tray a little bit, but hopefully that hasn't been affected too much. Oh yeah, so I've weeded this whole row here of Lysianthus, and I've cut the tops out of these ones. There's a few I haven't finished cutting them back yet. I'll just explain what I'm doing and why. So they're only, the plants are probably the tallest one, they're probably about 20 centimeters tall, and they're already sending up flower heads. So they're going to be way too short when the flowers are ready to peak. So I'm cutting them back to about 3 or 4, maybe on some of them 5 leaf nodes, cutting them back to there and hoping they will branch and then get long enough stems before flowering again. So I'm going to finish doing the rest of them and give them a good fertilise to try and boost them and get them to grow. And I'm fertilising them with, I've already fertilised them with power feed probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they really seem to take off from that. But this is what I'm going to fertilise them with this time, the sudden impact for roses. But it's just a really good all-round fertiliser. I've done my dahlias with this. And what else did I do? Oh, celosia was looking a little bit yellow, so I did them as well, the celosia and echinacea. So I will go and do that now. Got this row all fertilised with the sudden impact, and then, so this row is all complete, all cut back, fertilised, weeded. Now I've just got to turn this row into what this row is, plus that little bit up the end of that row, and I'll be happy. But probably next week I will go through, it should all be done by then, pending my daughter's been a bit sick, so it's been a bit hard to get down here and do what I need to do, but I'll probably come through and see-sol all of this next week. Time to knock off. I see baby stock. All those little babies. So these ones, the iron ones, I planted them on the 22nd, and even the some of the other ones are up here. Quite a few over in this tray. There's got a few bugs there as well if I don't turn the lights off soon enough in the afternoon. I start getting bugs on everything. So happy that they're coming up. So today's the 26th, and like I said, these first ones are planned on the 22nd, so that's only 4 days. And these ones down here I planted the next day, so they're only been planted for 3 days and they're already germinating. This tray here is the one that got washed around with the water, and the rain, I can't see anything coming up in them. So if I haven't got anything coming up in that in the next couple of days, I'll probably replant that one. We just come to the cattle yards, and we're going to collect some of the, we feed hay out in here if we're weaning animals, or if we have to keep something in the yard for some reason. So we've got all this hay that they've walked on and has broken down a bit, so we're just going to gather some of that to put on the garden beds like compost. That's a pile of goodness right there. That's just from this little patch here that I showed just before. I've got that raked up, and I can probably rake a bit more up yet once I've put this in the trailer. So now that I'm worn out from raking it up, I'll go get that into there. Wish me luck. So that blister, soak and wet shirt, enough exercise for the whole month and next month and probably the month after that. Drunk 2 litres of water, and this is what I've got. This is all the broken down hay. This is all the broken down hay here out of the yards, and then this is stuff that's been in the yards a little bit less, so it's only just starting to, so I haven't used it all. Here is where I got it from. Still a fair bit more here, but yeah, they only just started breaking down, but that'll still be good because the cows have kids are fighting. I better go sort that out. So yeah, this is just breaking down, like the cows have walked on it and done some pooing and weeing on it, so that'll be good to use as well. Now we're going to head back down to the garden. We're going to fix some of these beds up and put some of this compost on it. Set up a little makeshift pool for the kids. A little shade. It's a very hot day today. Okay, so we have changed plans. We won't put that compost we just went and gathered, we won't pop it out now. I'll get back to weeding this next bed of Lisianthus because we're watching a tunnel, hoop house tunnel, going up for auction tomorrow morning, and that'll dictate whether I just do it into the beds I got here or whether I'll need to extend the length of those beds to make the most out of. Pump keeps turning off for the water. I wonder what's doing that. I have to look into that one. What was I saying now? Yeah, so we're just going to watch these tunnels and just see what they go for. There's 2 of them, and I would really like them to put my stock into when I plant out, or at least one of them, use one of them for that. I'll shade mesh it with hopefully a 50% shade mesh, and just to get them, just to protect them a bit while it's still a bit warmer. But yeah, we're just going to watch those and see what they go for, and whether we're going to get them as to how I make the beds. So back to weeding Lisianthus. It is. That was a tongue twister. I got a bit weeded here, a lot more than it looks like when I come up one side like that, all the way up, and then go back down the other side. The other side usually quicker because I go across a bit further than the middle from this side, but my back is breaking and they are predicting a bit of possible chance of a storm this afternoon. I've got to harvest flowers got to do an order for a florist, our local florist, and I do bouquets and put in a coffee shop in town, so I'll be just harvesting sunflowers, zinnias, got more zinnias down there, some achillea, status, and we'll see what other bits and pieces we've got. So yeah, let's start harvesting. This is the first gladdyflower from the second succession that are here. They're just starting to send up quite a few heads now. Okay, so it's Friday morning now, and these are the flowers I harvested yesterday afternoon. Didn't get the chance to show you. I ended up having to race the storm, so I didn't get wet. I've got olive foliage here. Olive foliage lasts forever, so it's great, and we've got plenty of it here. Sunflowers. These are all the longer stemmed zinnias here, and these ones here aren't too bad. The longer stemmed achillea. And then these three buckets here are all the bit shorter stuff. Except there's some longer status there, and I'll just make shorter posies out of all those shorter ones. This is the florist sorter, so a bunch of sunflowers. So I didn't have any at the perfect opening, but you want, that one's showing a bit of colour. That one's showing a bit of colour. That one's just opening, and this one was like that yesterday afternoon when I picked it, so it's just opened. But I'm going from one succession to the next of sunflowers, so it's sort of in the middle. A bunch of achillea and 2 bunches of zinnias, all ready to go. Sorry about the mess in the background over here. I've got stuff piled up there that I need to clean up. So we're going to do some bouquet making now for the cafe or the coffee shop that I take bouquets to sell. Finished bouquets. Got 2 sunflower bouquets, 2 that are mostly just zinnias and some cosmos, and then we got 6 posies. These are just the ones with the shorter stems that I can't put into the normal bouquet. So there's 3 there and 3 there. So all these go to the coffee shop. that I sell at. A bee has come in here to find the basil. On each bouquet I put a business card, an care instruction card, and a flower food into a little envelope that I staple onto each bouquet. Lots of stock babies up. The tray that got the rain on it, a few of them have started coming up. The only one I haven't had any come up on yet is the white. In here, none of them are up at all. But everything else seems to be coming up. The experiment I did with the ones I soaked and the ones I didn't, I think the ones I soaked so far, I think that there is the first one that is up. So that might not be worth doing, I'm thinking. And that's a wrap for this week. This is the first time we've done this style of video, showing bits and pieces of our whole week here on the farm, so we hope you enjoy that. It is Friday afternoon, and I usually finish a little bit earlier on a Friday afternoon, just getting ready for the weekend. So we're going to go down to the cellar door and have pizzas tonight. My daughter calls Friday nights pizza party night, so we go and have pizzas down at the cellar door. We've got two big pizza ovens down there, so we're going to go and enjoy our afternoon. We hope you all had a fantastic week and have a fabulous weekend. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our new videos. You get a notification for that. If you want to know anything in regards to the videos we put up, or want to let us know what type of videos you enjoy the most, please pop that in the comments, and we do our best to get out the content that you all find the best. So if you can let us know that, that is helpful. Anyway, we hope you enjoy, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.